all are doing well. I hope you all are doing great, wonderful, phenomenal, amazing, vibrant, powerful, just all chef's kiss, right? All chef's kiss. So today I felt like doing a reading, obviously, because that's what we do on Fridays, is I come on here. So what we're going to do is we're obviously going to start off with of course, the daily proverb, and then we are going to go ahead and get into the actual reading for itself. I'm contemplating if I'm going to do a monthly read for the collective or not, so we're just going to get into it with the first proverb and go from there. Hello. Alright. Oh, Spirit, thank you. Alright. Spirit, just one card for the collective. We're going to get two. I'm going to do two cards. Just give me, thank you, the second card. No. Confliction. Alright, so I said I wanted two. There was a little confusion, but we're good. So we have 37, 47, and 56, okay? And we're going to go in numerical order, of course, and this, of course, is going to just be our standing point for the reading, okay? So first, we're going to go ahead and start with 37, which is the clan. Before I read this, let me take a sip. Above wind, below fire. Wind arises from fire. Words have power. Wind above fire symbolizes the words that arise in the heat of human interaction. When each person in a family or clan respects every other member, the fires of union are fed. Words are not just empty air that is blown about for no purpose or to overwhelm. The clan is sustained by the fire at its heart, which must not be blown out. And we're here, you're blowing around a lot of hot air. You're not saying shit. You just keep talking, right? Like even in my podcast today, I was talking about you have to come and have a conversation that is different than what it is from your own perspective, right? Because sometimes when we come from our own perspective, our own thinking, our own morals, this should just be common sense. Sometimes it can feel like hot air to somebody else. And now you're just fueling the fire in a way that isn't going to be able to sustain you or your clan or your community or your family or this relationship, because it's just a lot of air being blown around, and it's either going to burn out or it's going to be blown out. Either way, you want to make sure that we are keeping the fire sustained in a way that is reasonable for all of those around us, and not just prospectively speaking, because that can always be expanded and grown upon as well. Okay, so for the next one that we have is 47, which is exhaustion. Above lake, below water. Water abandons the lake. Spiritual exhaustion. Ooh. Water has drained away from the lake, leaving it dry and barren. In human life, character is proven in times of adversity, when it seems like all joy has drained from life. Maintaining hope and good cheer under hard circumstances can bring exhaustion of spirit. When fate is unkind, care must be taken to replenish what has been used up. One must remain true to oneself. So even if we think about the mind, body, and soul reading that I did, we want to think about, what am I feeding myself, right? So if we are spiritually exhausted, maybe we need to rest in the spirit a whole lot more, right? So maybe we need to actually get a sleep schedule so that way we can rest, because we know if we're up, they're going to be communicating, they're going to be popping. But after a while, it causes exhaustion, right? It's kind of like when you're feeding your altar. You don't want to feed them all the time, right? But you also want to make sure that your spirit is getting rest, with all the downloads, with all the information, with all the healing, with all the growth, with all the changes. That is a lot as well for your spirit to take. Yes, it always has the energy. Yes, it is always on the go. But you also want to make sure that you're providing your spirit a place of substance that it can come to and rest, which is essentially what the altar is, which is essentially why you want to keep it clean, you want to communicate with it, you want to make sure that they have a place of resting. And that also comes with meditating, that comes with journaling, that comes with going outside, taking a walk, that comes with taking a shower, taking a bath, that comes with just allowing yourself to sit, that also comes with saying no a lot when you need to not be spiritually exhausted. You need to say no to some physical things and mental things, because right now you need to use the energy that you have on that, okay? The last card that we have is 56, which is the Wanderer. So above fire, below mountain. Fire on the mountain, temporary influences. Fire burns over the surface of the mountain, destroying whatever is in the path, and then moving on. The long life of the mountain is not greatly changed by this. Thus, a wanderer may have an immediate effect on those he encounters, but any lasting effect will be determined by other factors. Those who remain must be stable and enduring as the mountain, so that life can continue as before. Okay? So, it kind of goes back to when you have a rooted and solid foundation, right? A rooted solid foundation in self, and a rooted solid foundation in the environment that you have and that you're creating. It's very solid. You're within your root chakra, which is earth, which is that solid foundation, financial security, stability of the mind, of the environment, releasing fear, releasing material it's all of those things, right? So yes, it may burn the outer appearance. You could lose this, you could lose a job, you could lose a car, you could lose a house, you could lose a friend, you could lose, bless me, a long-standing relationship. You could feel like you're losing your fucking mind, right? And this is happening, that's going on, right? And it's just a means of, sometimes it's just a matter of burning away things that are not prevalent in the life that we need, in the life that we are currently living and advocating for ourselves, right? So when we're taking that step and we're taking that acknowledgement, we want to make sure that we are moving in that way as well, right? So if we're taking, maybe I'm spiritually exhausted, and that's causing me to have conversations that aren't really productive to me or my clan or my environment, right? And in turns that can have me burning things that are not necessary to burn when the fire comes through, and or I'm going to actually feel like it's a good thing when the fire comes through and not be exhausted and not have heated arguments, but good conversations, so that way I also have support in all things and all knowings, right? So take that into account. All right. So Spirit, what we're going to go ahead and get into, I actually charged my cards out in the sun not too long ago again. I love charging my cards out in the sun. It's very, 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 very powerful. Okay. It's like things are falling out of place. They're still together, but it feels like they're falling out of your hands, falling out of place. Spirit, let's go ahead and see what is working for the collective and what isn't working for the collective, okay? Spirit, what is working for the collective? Spirit, what is working for the collective? Okay, that's all. Spirit, what isn't working for the collective? Like, we find if it was the opposite of this card. Spirit, what isn't working for the collective? Okay. So what we have here, what is working for the collective is actually, you know, I like to do what we're going to do what isn't. Actually, let's switch it up. Let's change things around, even for myself. So what is working is the divine masculine. The divine masculine is what's working for us. Okay, actually, let's go ahead, because this book goes in for some keywords, and I want to go ahead and pull that. Give me a second. So the divine masculine is the embodiment of logic, direct action, and strength. Okay? It represents the builder, the protector, and the guardian. Okay, it represents the balance of the the father and the brother of the healing. Okay, of divine masculines in your relationships. Okay, so again, it's adding in the embodiments of being the protector, the embodiments of being logical, of being sound, of understanding all of that, right? So it's kind of giving again that outside force that we have been hitting with. Okay, I'm focused so much on what my situation may be on or from the outside that I'm not able to see exactly what's going on. And so now I feel like I have to be very assertive, very strong with the physical, including the relationships that I have, and be very authoritative versus being more logical, being more assertive, being more of a protector, being more of a healer, right? So this is what is working for us, the divine masculine, of recognizing a situation and what to do with it, and allowing ourselves to heal and give that comfort of being our own protectors and or being the protector of whatever relationship or situation we're in. Okay, what isn't working is our shadow. So this is letting me know that we currently have to go inside of selves when we are approaching situations where we feel like we can be kind of hot-headed or heavy-handed on our emotions or pedal to the metal. I got a land foot. I'm going straight forward, no think backs, right? So shadow self is that part of us that we always try to push down. Things that we try not to think about, even though the shadow is still us. It's just you didn't turn on the light yet. That's all. So it's a matter of those things that we feel like we need to neglect, we need to reject, we don't have to ponder on, we don't have to understand. It's always been this way. Whatever so forth may come and have you, right? It's this recognition that you have not been dealing with your shadow self as much as you should. You're very assertive, outgoing, speaking, doing all this. Logical, you have all that down, which is great. But start using that when you are going to combat, as they say, or to focus on and drive on your actual shadow self, right? And sometimes starting with that shadow self is that self-discovery, right? Is talking to your spirit and seeing exactly what they need while they are exhausted. Why is my soul and my spirit exhausted, right? Why am I have all of this fire and this energy, but we're tired? Why am I so burnt out? What is going on? Okay? Because the next one that isn't working is transformation. So this is letting me know that we enjoy, when I say we, because this is a collective, that's including myself, we enjoy sometimes being stuck in a spot before the transformation, right? So we're always talking about, I'm going to transform. This is what I'm going to do. I just really want to do this. I really want to do this. I really want to do this. And that, you know, it will transform your life, but it's giving stuck in the caterpillar cocoon process, right? Of like still trying to figure out where to hang up at. You have to have everything set up in place. Or you don't have time to do what you need to do, or that you know that you need to put out there. Or you feel like it's this wonderment. It's like you're not ready to transform. Right? You feel like you just got this down packed of being sure of yourself, of being logical, taking in the information, being a builder, crafting all these things. You just got your mountain really firm. But it's this point of, yeah, but that fire also came onto that mountain, right? And you're also having to deal with that new change as well. So that way you can actually transform to what you need. So stop holding yourself back by not trying to deal with things that you feel like aren't necessary to deal with, even though they keep approaching you and coming up in your life. I don't need to deal with this. I don't have to stop. You can't run away from a transformation that needs to happen. Because as long as you're working on you, it's going to happen. And even when you're not working on you, sometimes people are like, why does this keep happening? And they're not doing anything to change or better themselves, but shit keeps happening. That is you. First of all, doing that shit to yourself. But second of all, it is also you continuously questioning why is this happening, and then keep giving you the answers and letting you know this is why this is happening. But you just feel like, oh, it's the worst of the worst, instead of you taking it, oh, that's what I can do. That's what I can adjust to. That's what I can fix and do that situation for. So take that in, take that understanding, take that realization that all in all, it's a matter of, before you just start going after someone else's neck, make sure that you've addressed all your wounds. Make sure you've addressed all your bullshit, and or at least that you are aware of your bullshit to the point that you are wanting to make those changes and alternative actions. right? Because in this terms of means of neglecting self of 333, of meaning to keep that in balance, what in terms are you neglecting? Okay, what in terms are you neglecting? Speaking of relationships, let's go ahead and get into this love, shall we? Spirit, what do we have for the collective in regards to love? We have for the collective in regards to love. Anything else, Spirit, before I close out the deck? Okay. Sorry, I thought I felt something. I was like, what the fuck? I felt like it was flipped over, but it wasn't. Okay. It's giving me a few different stories. Okay. Anything else, Spirit, that I may be missing as I put it together? I'll put it together. Anything else? Is the air not on? Oh my goodness. Ooh, shy. Okay. Ooh, shy. Okay. So it looks like we have a few different stories here, situations, scenarios. Because when I think of love, I don't just think romantically in that sense. I think as well as platonically, family, not necessarily coworkers, but sometimes coworkers, because that is also a relationship that you have to deal with, yada, yada, yada. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get into this, okay? What does apply for this reading, allow it to apply. Again, it's giving me a few different situations and scenarios that are coming in, okay? So the first one that we have is past love and reaching out. Okay, so it's given that this was a past relationship that didn't last due to whatever circumstances or situations. So a past love is reaching out, right? It could be a past love that you haven't thought about in a long time. It could be a past love that you kind of have the connection, but it's giving they're reaching out in a way that they are currently hiding their face, as they have been thinking about doing this for a while. They have been contemplating it. They have been wondering what they should say, how they should approach you, how to come about it, right? So this past love is reaching out, and it's in a sense of a conversation is needed to be had, not so much for closure or anything of that sort, but I'm hearing to clear the air, just to get some more better understanding. I'm smelling cannabis cookie butter. Sorry. But it's giving that understanding and that just to clear the air of what's going on with each other. I'm hearing just to clear the air for you, clear the air for them, and just alleviate some pressure off of your shoulders and your chest. So this past love that is reaching out, with them hiding, they may be still a little scared, a little skeptical. But with you guys coming in with this embrace, is giving that this is something that again will help you both. But it will be up to you if you are willing to receive that and be receptive. I'm hearing again, it's just something to clear the air, not wanting necessarily to get back together, but it was just this person was thinking about you and they admire you and respect you so much that it's something that they want to do without having to always be afraid or hide in front of it. They're like, I need to do what I need to do, okay? For the second scenario, this is giving somebody within a relationship already. So we have be the change and express your needs. Okay? So this is giving false advertisement for true capacity and space. Is what I'm hearing. It's giving, you are giving a false advertisement. As you can see, like this person has their flower in a glass. It's giving, I'm showing you what I can give you, but I'm not actually giving that to you. I'm showing you the capabilities of what it could be and what it is, but I'm not actually giving that to you. And in this case, is I'm not telling you. Like, I'm hoping that you can see this rose in this glass of what I want and what I need out of this relationship and how I feel in this relationship. It's like I'm trying to verbally communicate without being verbal, right? So it's giving you need to express your needs in this relationship, because you can't just hope that everything is on display. Your emotions, your feelings, your wants, your needs, your desires, your hurts, the progression, your questions, any of that is out on display if you're not actually being vocal enough to give a display of that, right? So you need to express your needs. It's not meant to be behind the glass where people can see what your needs are, but it's never to be touched. It's never to be watered. It's never to be nurtured. It's never to see the true reflection of the sun because of this barrier in front of it. So having this, especially in a relationship where you're not expressing your needs, how are you going to know if that relationship is for you in the first place? If you feel like expressing what you need to happen for you to feel truly loved, to feel truly respected, to feel truly honored, to feel like somebody's really interested in you and loves you and cares about you, things of that sort, you want to make sure that you are expressing that, because if you don't feel like you can, then that really isn't the relationship for you. Because how can you want something that doesn't even provide what you need? Okay? With Be the Change, it's given that this person sometimes does this too. And sometimes it comes to a point of, why didn't you just say that? It's giving a lot of, why didn't you just tell me that? Why do we have to go through all of this? Or, oh, okay, I didn't know that. I wish you would have. I've been trying by doing this. By doing this, it's giving somebody's passive aggressive. It's giving somebody gives the silent treatment, and a lot of it's giving this back and forth, and it's this realization that both people need to change. They both need to express their needs. And it comes down to the question and concern for me reading this is, why are you in each other's space if you cannot express your needs? Right? Why is the card saying be the change and express your needs? There needs to be a change in this relationship. And the change that sometimes we're afraid of in a relationship is being apart. But if you express your needs and then like, I can't give you what you need, needs a lot of times comes before wants, right? We need shelter, that's just a basic right. We need food, that's a basic right. We need water, that's a basic right. We need clothing, that's a basic right. We need our own bodily autonomy, those are basic rights. Those are our needs. Wants slowly come after that. Oh, I really want that green car. But if somebody cannot provide you with something, especially if you feel like you can't express that, you need to be the change in expressing your needs and providing those also to yourself. So that way you can actually embrace the love, either with this person changing as well and providing that for you, and they're going and being with someone that's going to provide you with that. Okay? So express your needs. It's not meant to be behind the glass and oogled and ogled and looked at, okay? It's not a museum. You need to be that own reflection of what you are looking for, like to be the change. Speak the hell up, okay? The next one that we have is worth the wait and very soon. Okay? So this is giving both single and a relationship. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if you are in a relationship, depending on how openly available they are emotionally, communicatively, intelligent, like if you feel like this is something that you can be patient for, if right, not even this situation, if you feel like there's things that you just have to be patient for, right, and you know that you guys have talked about it, you see that they're working on it every now and again, they slip up, whatever that is, it's a matter of that. Or if you're waiting for something, some people still want marriage, some people still want title, I guess. It's something that you are waiting on in this relationship, where you're like, this is the next step, and spirit is sorry, very soon. I don't know why, but it's happening very soon. But they are saying that you also want to take into account your capacity to receive the love that you have been asking for, to receive the change that you've been asking for the desires. For the singles out there, and or people, I should not say singles, thank you, Spirit, people that are actively looking for a counterpart, it is going to be worth the wait. It's going to be worth the wait to continuously love on yourself, treat yourself, be real and honest with yourself, be calm with yourself, all of these things, because it is happening very soon. It is blossoming. As you can see, the rose has not fully come into fruition, right? It is slowly unraveling its petals. This person is just reading a book, abiding their time in the window, right? They're still enjoying themselves. So for the singles, it is going to be very worth the wait for whoever you decide as well to interact with and enjoy and experience, and it is happening very soon. But it's not a matter of, oh, how soon, what's going on, and it's a matter of recognizing that the wait is what's worth it, because when it comes, you're going to be in it, and that's a whole nother bag of worms that the cat can't reach. Okay, so moving forward, it is worth the wait for the relationship to continuously progress. If you know, don't play no games like that's what they said. No, you know exactly if it's going to progress or not. Don't play the cat's fiddle. Okay, let them do what they do. Allow yourself to recognize that it's going to be very soon. It's going to be a breakthrough. Or singles, it's going to be worth the wait, and it's also happening very soon. Patience is a virtue. For the next one and last one, we have teamwork, and it is safe to fall. Okay, and in this terms, it is, I'm hearing that there's someone coming in and they want to work with you, right? They want to work with you. They want to be involved with you. They want to help support you. They want to, build things together. They want that divine masculine that you already have and that is working for you. And they want a part of that. They want to. It's giving that, as some people say, divine counterpart, but it is giving very much so that, as well as this effectiveness where it is like you guys are married. You guys are very committed to each other. It is giving, but it also allows, I'm committed without the stress. So it is very much safe to fall. Right? It is giving, we're going to have this open communication, open understanding. We're going to have healthy debates, healthy arguments. We're going to be able to communicate. I'm going to be able to express. I'm still going to be able to be myself and them as well. It's given there are no festivities with this person. Okay, it's wide open and it's fresh. But it is going to take teamwork, and it's giving it safe to fall within that teamwork, because they'll also pull on their part just as much as you will. So it's giving very much reciprocated energy. I'm hearing not just in business, but in relationships as well, and in friendships. This is very powerful. So it's safe to fall for that teamwork. It's just a matter of the team coming together and doing that work. And it's going to be safe to fall as soon as that's established of what work needs to be done. Some people hear teamwork and they're like, let's go. But establish what work each of you need to do as well. So that way you don't feel like you're taking the entire grunt of the problem. Okay? Thanks a lot, a whole lot, or not longer. Thanks. Okay? Alright, we're just going to go ahead and get some final messages. And then that'll be the end of this reading. Okay? Right? In a state of where we're in now, community is great. Community is phenomenal. But just be aware, because all community does have flaws. It's just a matter of, are you willing to look at the flaws, see what the flaws are, and correct them? Or are you just going to disrupt and continue to add to disruption? Are you going to hop? Okay. Spirit, some final messages for the collective. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else, Spirit? Hell no. Way too many. No, anything else? Don't give me a whole lot of ones. Don't play. Okay. Thank you. Give me a whole stack of, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, let's get into this to wrap this all up real nice, real nice. Okay. we're going to start with something that's calling out to me. Neglecting intuition. They give me straight spiritual exhaustion. Straight spiritual exhaustion. Thank you, Spirit, because that is also something that can exhaust your spirit. It's always, you ever get tired of asking, I'm tired of asking somebody to do something. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of doing, that's how Spirit is feeling right now at this moment. It feels like every time you don't trust in yourself, you don't trust and take the leap of faith of being rooted and grounded. You don't trust in yourself to even find out about yourself by going into your shadow. It's just certain things where you just continuously neglect yourself, which is neglecting your intuition. And that can also cause spiritual exhaustion because they're exhausted by continuously telling you, like, no, you're powerful. No, this is what you should be doing. No, you need to rest. No, you're out of balance. Like, no, keep going forward, keep moving, don't lose faith. It's just sometimes it gets to an exhaustion point and it's not beneficial for anyone in the long run. So neglecting intuition is very much that. It can be holding your tongue. It can be not asking for things. It can be doing work without feeling like there's a deserving some reward. It can be so many things to neglect your intuition, including not cleaning your altar, including not meditating, journaling, including not sticking to a plan for yourself spiritually, not advocating for yourself spiritually, okay? So, neglecting your intuition, they pull on that. Pull on that, okay? We have liar, liar. Liar, liar. I'm hearing stop lying about the situation. It is what it is. Stop trying to make it more. Stop trying to make it different. Stop trying to make it better. Stop trying to make it worse. That is lying. That is just straight up lying. And we do not want that. Because especially with this allowing ourselves to have to go in and we are not ready to be transformed for our transformation, that can also be, look, the birds tweeted right outside the window. Goddamn. It's this realization that that's what's currently happening, is you're lying. I have to do this. This has to be like this. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I was waiting on this. Or I was going to, or this happened. Or that's lying. Because you know what they told you. But since you're neglecting your intuition, it is causing you to lie. Because you're not being your authentic self. When you are authentically real, you are authentically truthful, and you are you. You don't need to lie because you can always fall back on yourself being that mountain. Being that strong person that you can lean on. Okay? Spirit is saying with all in all as well. Not all in all, but with all in all. Take a fucking hike. Go outside. Get some fresh air. Get some new perspectives. Go take a walk outside and realize that with the limited amount of resources that you have. In all things. Take a look and see what is growing, what is living, what is dying, what is moving. Take a look into how your body feels, how your muscles feel. Are they sore? Are they more relaxed? Take a fucking hike. Okay? Take a hike. Alright? We have communication coming in. And I will say this. It's going to be a blurred message if you don't realize and recognize that your wires are jacked. I'm hearing it's going to be a blurred message if you don't realize that your wires are currently jacked. It's going to be confused. You're going to be conflicted. It's Spirit saying doubtful. You're going to be really fucking doubtful about this. You're going to question it to the point of no return when this communication comes in. Because of what you have been doing to your spirit. Right? And with the news coming in, it shifts you. And you want to make sure that you are able to rely on you. Because this news is letting you know that it belongs to the streets. And what I mean by that is not necessarily a person. A habit belongs to the streets. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we have third party, which again is about outside forces, outside things that we are allowing to come inside of our home, which is why that belongs to the streets. Your habits belong to the streets. Your negative thinking, your negative talking, the gossiping, the excuses, the lying, the can't stick to a routine, the questioning and a lot of that and more then some. But then we're thinking about the extra drinking, the extra smoking, the extra messy home, the always going out, and never having time for yourself, the overextension, the people pleasing, the self neglect, whatever it is. There's a list of things in the bucket. Okay, so we have belongs to the streets, whatever that is, that addiction, that habit, that confusion, that doubt, that feeling, whatever it is, it's the third party is continuously being housed inside of your body. And that is why you're exhausted. That's why you're neglecting your intuition. That's why you are falling into habits. So you know what you need to do. You need to have a strategy before action is taken. And the only way to do that is to nourish yourself. What did I say? What am I feeding me? There's food at home. There's nourishment in your body. And that nourishment is your shadow self. And your shadow self is what is going to help to lead you to that transformation. So tap into that divine masculine and recognize that, okay, the strategy is needed for action is taken. Okay, I don't know how to strategize because I'm not really tapped into me right now. Maybe I'll start nourishing myself. Maybe I'll get back to studying. Maybe I'll get back to doing yoga. Maybe I'll get back to relaxing. Spirit is saying have a day of silence. I say it all the time. If you are not privileged to have a day of silence, do an hour of silence. Do 5 minutes of just silence where you don't speak, you don't say anything. And that allows you to still allow yourself to vocally speak to you and allow that internal connection to be re-snapped together. Okay? We have asked for more, you deserve it. And sometimes you don't know what to ask for, and so you're so focused on the outside things because you don't have a connection with the inside, and that can also be why some of you are struggling with expressing your needs. You are struggling with falling in with someone that you can trust. You are hiding behind not being able to reach out to somebody if you, the past loved one, wants to reach out, and or you're conflicted if you should answer. It's certain things where you just say you don't know what you should ask for in life, and so sometimes you accept things so readily. So just like, so willingly. Ask for more because you deserve it. But if you're lying to yourself, even about accepting certain things, that can cause even a fuel to the flyer in your community because then that shit comes up later. And now we just got hot air around. Right? So make sure that when that fire comes through, you don't scorch yourself. Okay? We have abundance flowing in 888, which abundance is not just prosperity of wealth, but it's prosperity of joy, prosperity of peace, prosperity and abundance of information, of new perspective, of better outlooks, of better situations, better opportunities. Abundance, it is infinite possibilities for blessings. Infinite amount of possibilities for blessings, for opportunities, for growth. Abundance flowing in, which means that we recently have been going through a part where we feel like we have been too hot or we've been too much air. Allow that water to just cool you like a nice drink of water at 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay. We have it'll break your heart, a different world. And that's where that transformation caterpillar stiflation has been coming in. Is because it will break your heart because you will have to say goodbye to the old you. It's like saying goodbye to somebody that you knew forever because you didn't know them forever. It's you. So it will break your heart, but it will allow you to jump start and kick start a new life, a different world that you are able to live and cultivate yourself in. Okay? So yes, it may break your heart and all those things, but it's going to lead you to a different world. So allow the transformation to come in, allow your shadow self to heal you as well. The last one that we have is there's more to this, deeper and new love on the horizon. Okay, so there's always more to it. There's new love coming in, could be a soulmate. There's new love coming in, could be a lesson. There's new love coming in. There's always going to be an experience, I'll tell you that. But there's always more to it, dig deeper, and how it's going to benefit you in the long run. And that's how you should think about this love. Is how is it going to benefit me in the long run? But also while thinking about the other person. Because I love me, you love me. how can we come together and love each other while still loving ourselves? Okay? So that has been the reading. Hope that you guys enjoyed. I do these readings on Instagram Live every Tuesday and Friday, or a special moon occasion day. So I might be back on tomorrow possibly for that. And then I do podcasts every Monday and Thursday, and I hop on there whenever I feel like it, because it's like an open diary journal of healing and discovery. You can also book a session with me for a reading. The first reading is always free. And that way it's 30 minutes of just getting to know you and just giving you needed information. I love you guys. I hope you guys love yourselves more. Until next time, like, comment, share, and subscribe.